What's up, guys? We are back, and I'm looking at some more WNBA picks today over on PrizePicks. Looking to double upload today, should hopefully have an MLB video tomorrow. But we have hit 6 of our last 7 plays in these YouTube videos. Really should be 7 straight. But I'm looking to stay cashing with some more winners in today's game. WNBA is back off the All-Star break. We're looking to cash. So I've got a nice little 3-man for you guys. Since you guys had the like goal in yesterday's video, I'll drop a bonus play in tomorrow's video if you get this video here to 175 likes. And while you're done leaving a like, you may as well subscribe to the channel also with those notifications on. That way you get in before these lines get bumped to get removed. And then last, before we get to the free plays, it's not miss out on checking out the DubClub if you have not already. If you go down in my description, there's a link for the DubClub where you can get 25% off your first month or 50% off of the next 3 months. You can see all the different testaments right here from members in the DubClub. And yesterday we cashed this out right here. We cashed a 9.5x entry pretty easily. These guys all came through in the 5th inning there. Flaherty got lit up pretty early in that game against the Pirates, only pitched 3 innings. Sweat-free, 9.5x entry yesterday, posted at the DubClub. And boy, do we have some close calls on making it like a legendary day here. Just Nico, man. I just needed Nico to pull through and it would have been a great day. Would have cashed out this 9.5x right there, as well as this right here for 5.75x. And we also had a couple of other one-leg misses, as you can see there, including a Dodgers miss here by just one goblin there. Teoscar Hernandez just needed a hit to come through, and he ended up missing that one as well. So really should have been a legendary day yesterday, but you really can't go too wrong when you cash a 9.5x entry right there. We cashed that 4-man yesterday. We're looking to cash some more MLB correlation plays today over in the DubClub. So come join us right now. But that's not the only thing that's included, because if you connect your Discord to DubClub when you sign up, you'll get access to all my premium channels, which includes my 6-man's tab, my underdog streaks, which we have cashed out on the first 4 legs so far. New leg has just been added today. You also have my community chat to talk to me and other members about plays or whatever's going on. You also get my community chat to talk to me and other members about whatever's going on. If you just add me in the chat, I'll respond to any question that you have, typically pretty damn fast. You also have my contributors here from Asmi's, Emo, Elo, Third One, Nerd Alert, and Astro. Asmi's is golf, Emo is WNBA, soccer is Elo, tennis is Third One, Nerd Alert is some esports, and Astronaut here is going to be a lot of different other plays, whether it's the MLB, tennis, or golf. He crushes pretty much everything. So don't decide to join the DubClub. You'll get access to that discount if you use the link in my description. Again, you can see all the different testimonies right here. I've profited over 5,000 on PrizePicks there. We are going to keep cashing out all season long, so don't miss out on joining. Link will be available in my description. And now with that out of the way, let's get to these free plays. Make sure you play responsibly at your own risk. Leave a like on this video here if you have not already, and subscribe. And let's get to these plays. The first play like is going to be over in the fantasy score category. Anytime I take a fantasy score, if I like the over on a fantasy score, what I like if you are not on like PrizePicks and don't have fantasy score available, what I instead like is going to be the over for the PRA for the players. So PRA fantasy, it is somewhat interchangeable. It's not exact, of course, but the first player that I like in this game here is actually going to be Brittany Sykes, over 27 fantasy score here against the LA Sparks. You can see what she's done in her last 5 games here, covering in 2 of her last 3, but only 2 of her last 5, averaging about 24 in her last 5. I'm also going to already talk about the next play in this video here because it's going to be a little bit of a correlation type stack deal with the WNBA here, because I'm also going to go with Kiki Irafin here, over 21.5 fantasy score today against the LA Sparks also. She's been over this in 3 of her last 5, including 2 of her last 3. So you see her, she covered right there, although that wasn't a legit game, but she covered right there, as you can see, like against Seattle and Chicago there, averaging about 25 in her last 5 games there. But I like these girls a lot today. You can kind of see the stack type method here if you look at the games where they've just kind of covered in the same amount of games, or like the same exact game almost, because when the Mystics have a pretty good game, both these girls are pretty damn good in the games where they win. And the Mystics are going to be at home and also favored in this game here. Irafin has only missed this line twice in wins so far, once against the Aces and one against the Sky. Well, you see here, Sykes has missed against Dallas, the Sky, and then also the Aces. I'm really big on correlation if you couldn't tell from like my MLB plays, but we had found some very big success last week in the DubClub, the 2 days before the All-Star break. I had like, I think 5 of these different stacks, and we cashed like 3 of them for 6x. So 3 out of 5 entries cashed for 6x. I believe is what we were able to do last week. So I'm looking to kind of do the same type of method here with the Washington Mystics this time around. Like I said, they're at home, and they are decently favored in this game, like a minus 160 on the money line, I want to say. So we could also get a close competitive game here. And Sykes has not been super great in her last couple of games here, but also her minutes have been kind of inconsistent in these games here. I'm expecting her to go right back up to about 32, 35 minutes, hopefully, in this game here. Now, she did miss this time the last time she played the Sparks, and she's playing the Sparks again tonight. However, she only had 15 fantasy in that game, but that also came with only about 24.5 minutes, where they lost by 19 points. That should not happen this time around, hopefully, with them being at home and also being favored. So I think we kind of get more of a turnaround here from Brady Sykes. Last season against them, she went crazy with about 46 fantasy score in that game. Of course, that is last year, though. It's not the same exact situation that she's been in this year. While you can see Irfin here also went under her line because, of course, these are a little bit correlated. I'm expecting both of them to hopefully go over or both to go under. So it's either going to be a lot of green, a lot of red. That's how correlation works. Now, Irfin does not see too many minutes. She's really going to be seeing around 25, 26 minutes in this game probably. But if you factor in games where she plays at least 24 minutes, which I'm still expecting, she's been over in 71% of games. At home this year, she's been extremely good, over in 6 out of 7. Only miss right there being with 20.6, so barely missing that line. And just any home game overall, she's still been over in 8 out of 10 games right there, with one miss coming with 21 minutes. But she's been able to cover this here with even close to 30 fantasy score in 18 minutes before. So I'm not really super concerned about her minutes because this line is definitely low enough for me to feel comfortable. Basically, at the end of the day, what I'm doing here is just trusting in the Washington Mystics offense and then to put up some fantasy score numbers. Like I said earlier too, these girls are a little bit correlated too. Like if you factor in some of these games here, like Seattle, they both ended up covering against Seattle in the game there. So basically, this is going to be my WNBA stack there, the first 2 legs of it. I'm going to give you guys a pair in just a second here, but found a lot of success with these last week, hoping to keep that up. There are also going to be some more WNBA stacks over in the DubClub a little bit later today. I'm going to be pairing all of the tacos on PrizePicks today with my WNBA stacks, except for this one here. I'm going to have a couple of them today. But my taco pairing is going to be with the WNBA today over in the DubClub. But that is my first WNBA stack right there from the Washington Mystics. Now, before we get to my next play, if you've not already seen DK Pick 6, it is a newer app from DK. Available in most states, 18 years and older, with some really nice welcome offers as well. Sign up right now if you've not already with the link in my description and use my promo code DOMG. Helps me out, helps you out as well. And right now, they have 2 discounts on the board for the WNBA. Plum has been discounted from 18.5 down to 15.5, as well as Aja Wilson here, discounted from 23.5 down to 19.5 points there. So if you really like their points in these games here, you can get an even better line here over on DK Pick 6. They have a ton of new stuff here on the board too, like they have esports now on the board here with CSGO. They have some League of Legends on the board, and they have a ton of other different, sports and all that as well. Like you have Valorant on the board there. You have soccer on the board, of course, NFL, PGA, WNBA. There's a lot of really cool categories on the board too that are not necessarily available in other apps out there. They have just like 2+ hits runs and RBIs, which a lot of apps don't offer like a specific number. Some of them do, some of them don't. You also have 5+ strikeouts thrown here. You have players that have just a hit, 2+ total bases, earned runs allowed. You have pretty much every other category on the board as well. So if you're not yet on DK Pick 6, sign up with the link in my description and use promo code DOMG when signing up. All right, now getting in my pair for those girls here, we're actually going to go ahead and select them just so I can give you guys a reference of the payout, although it's just going to be a typical normal payout. PrizePicks for MLB takes a lot of penalties, typically, if you are going to do an MLB correlation, but they don't really factor in WNBA correlation. They don't respect the correlation between the for the NBA that much, or the WNBA also. But the next pair I'm talking about is actually going to be over in the MLB, because today I actually like JT Realmuto. Over 5 fantasy score on PrizePicks. He's actually been over this in 4 of his last 5, but really he pushed in this game right there, so over in 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5, whatever you guys want to call it. But that's going to be the entry here. It's going to be Sykes over 27 fantasy, Irfin over 21.5 fantasy, as well as Realmuto over 5 fantasy for a 6x over on PrizePicks if all are correct. But JT is in a pretty good spot. He's had at least 5 fantasy in about 59% of games this year, and his hits, runs, and RBIs is only over in 50%. By the way, if you do not have fantasy available to you, what I like instead is the over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. But you see his line here is like a -130, -135 on the over for hits, runs, and RBIs with only a 50% hit rate. But his fantasy, he's at least 5 and about 59%. So there's already a little bit of edge there, as you can kind of see based off of that. And if you don't know, if you are going to go over your 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, it is almost impossible for you to not cover your fantasy score. What I also love about JT is his track record in wins and also being at home. In home games this year, he's over in 64%, as you can see there. Last 20, 75%. How about games where they win this year? He's been even better, going over in 63%, but wins at home over in also 63%, and his last 20, 65%. Also, his matchup today is going to be against Fitz, a right-handed pitcher from the Boston Red Sox. And you see that the splits are very good because Realmuto is so good against the same handiness in a righty, while Fitz is actually bad against his own handiness with a 6.10 ERA and a 2.65 batting average allowed. If you do not know, that is very, very bad, which is very, very good for us. You also have him throwing mainly the slider and the fastball, where Realmuto has a 311 on-base average. Against the slider, it goes down just slightly to a 308, not anything to worry about. The fastball goes all the way up to a 420. So really awesome on-base averages right there between the slider and the fastball for JT Realmuto. So overall, I think he's in a pretty good spot to go over his fantasy score at 5 on the PrizePicks board. And that's pretty much the reasons why I like JT so much. It's based on odds. The matchup is very good for him, as well as there just being some straight up value now between the hit runs and RBIs to the fantasy score. And also, of course, he's just good in wins and also being at home. A lot of reasons to like Realmuto tonight. That's pretty much why. It can be a 6x between these three players here. Hopefully they all come through and cash a free 6x for you guys here. If you guys want a free WNBA, or I'm sorry, not WNBA, MLB video for a double upload today, make sure that you leave a like on this video here so that way I can get you guys that video. And again, do not miss out on joining the DubClub if you have not already. We had a killer day yesterday. Really should have been so much better though, man. I mean, these reads were so freaking good. It's just the pairs missing there with Nico not coming through, Josh Lowe not coming through, Teoscar missing by one single hit, a Green Goblin. A lot of ways that we could have had a ridiculously good day yesterday, but still cashing out on FX. Really can't complain too much, so come join us in the DubClub right now. And I should also mention, you can actually get a free month on my DubClub if you happen to use promo code DOMG on an app that I'm affiliated with. Just take a screenshot, use my promo code on an app, and send that to domgpropsvip@gmail.com. I can send you back a free month on my DubClub. But thank you for watching. I'll see you for the next video. Best of luck. If you want to submit over $5,000 of profit on PrizePicks, watch this video on your screen right here.